All right, get my phone on a charger. Get the wire out of the way, the cord out of the way. Sitting here warming up the engine. Gonna go do some fun flying in the Cub, the Orange Crush. I just put on my headset and I've got a hat on. I always fly with a hat on just because of sunlight. Today I don't have any sun, so I could probably just take the hat off, but it's keeping me warm too. So with the hat on, I always pull the hat up and kind of out of my headset. We'll have good contact and I will have the best sound quality. Let's see what our AWAS here is calling. 118.8.
Celsius, altimeter 2-9er.
Ooh, it's low pressure.
Valdez Airport, automated weather observation 2321 Zulu. Wind 230 at 03. Visibility 10. Light rain. Sky condition broken 4,600. Overcast 5,500. Temperature 07 Celsius. Dew point 06 Celsius. Altimeter 2-9er.
Okay. I will file a flight plan. I got a little bit of wind out of the west. It was actually, the windsock was showing a couple knots out of the east earlier, so really I think it's just no wind at all. So I think I'll start taxiing towards Charlie and do midfield takeoff from 24. I am monitoring the CTAF, and I will call Juno Flight Service on the RCO. Good afternoon, Juno Radio, Cub November 95, Romeo Bravo, 122.2 Valdez with a pre-stored flight plan. I can feel flat spots on the tires. I've got a little bump going every roll around. Sometimes Juno is quite busy. Fuel, got 3/4 on both sides, and I have an extra 18 gallons in my belly pod. Check on the squelch, make sure that I have my volume up. They must just be busy. I'm almost warm enough to do my run up. Yep, everything's in the green, so I'll do my run up right here. Up to 2,000 RPM. Check my electronic ignition with the keys. Get an indication plus a light and an audible and no drop. Turn on my emergency battery, same thing. Got the cast message ignition backup and no RPM change. That's good. Cycle the prop. I'll do it 3 times. One more because I didn't get that one very good. All right, well, we'll test my RPM on the low end. Pull it all the way back, and the engine does not quit. Back into taxi configuration. I'll try Juno again. Good afternoon, Juno Radio, Cub 95 Romeo Bravo 122.2 Valdez with a pre-stored flight plan.
Cub 95 Romeo Bravo, Juno Radio, good afternoon, go ahead, flight plan.
I'd like to go from Valdez to Columbia Glacier, return to Valdez. I've got one on board, pilot is Lee. Give me 2 hours en route. I've got 3 hours of fuel, and I do have the advisories, over.
Cub 95 Romeo Bravo, Juno Radio, flight plan is filed, activated 26 past the hour, got you 2 hours en route. What was the glacier? Was that Columbia Glacier?
Affirmative, Columbia Glacier, 5 Romeo Bravo.
Cub 95 Romeo Bravo, that flight plan is activated. We do have air mats out there for strong surface wind and some offshore IFR mountain obscuration and turbulence and low level wind shear, mainly south of you, but it's getting a little, that low's moving in. Provide you any details and have a good flight.
I've been watching that low. Looks like it's going to be a mean one. Thank you for that for 5 Romeo Bravo. All right, so I probably won't go very far. There is a massive low out there, basically like a hurricane. I'll probably just stay right here in the pattern, but at least then I've got a flight plan going for 2 hours. Let me just check what time it is. It's 3:30. I'll probably only fly for a half an hour realistically. But I also have my inReach here, so Mike can see exactly where I am. Valdez area traffic, Cub 5 Romeo Bravo is taxiway Charlie, taking 24 gravel, departing to the west. Okay, nobody's on final. When I taxi from the taxiway onto the side of the runway, which is our gravel strip, there's runway lights that I want to hug one side so that I know that I'm not going to hit it with a prop because I am quite blind being such a little shorty in a tail wheel. All right, so 7 things that'll kill you. I got my flaps, 1, prop 2, mixture 3, aux pump 4, fuel 5, 6 is my trim, and 7 both. Off we go. Everything is looking green. Get rid of my flaps. I'm at VY. Step on my brakes. Uh, 70 miles per hour actually. I think in knots, but this airplane is in miles per hour. That's about as high as I want to go, so I'll pull my RPM back to about 23. And that was manifold pressure. Pull RPM back to 23. And then start trimming. Aux pump goes off. Clean the mixture. Basically just to the threads, and then once I'm in cruise flight, I will check my book and I'll set it up. Oh man, it's beautiful. So there were orcas in the bay yesterday. The little click you hear is the nose trim. And it's basically moving the elevator up and down. I've got a digital indication of it here, and I test it by taking my hand off the control, or pressure off of the control anyway. And I do have wind indicator in this plane. It's showing me 3 knots from 210 from the west. And I've got glassy water, but I can see ahead of me that there's definitely disturbance on the water, so I'll be expecting a wind shear. Looking at these clouds, they're not moving at all. Very telling of calm, smooth air off my right. Mike is at work. Yep, there's his truck. Hello, dear. Huh. New building went up. In case there's anybody out here with ADS-B, I'll be able to see them, and even just a transmitter.
Copy traffic, 5 X-ray Charlie, between Solomon there and Hattrick. Wheel on the beach and in for 6, currently at 2,100.
And Cub 5 Romeo Bravo, I'm just over Blueberry Hill. I'm continuing west for a little while.
Copy that, Lee.
Have a good one out there.
Yep, time to go off to work now.
Oh, that pesky work thing.
At least those guys I just dropped off aren't in all the sunshine and stuff. I don't have to be too jealous.
Right? And it's supposed to get pretty nasty.
Yeah, I told them they might be in there 2 or 3 days.
How far did you take them out?
Just up above the lake here. or black bear.
Oh, nice. And it's high tide, so that gives me a whole lot less options out here. So yeah, I probably won't go very far. Get my heater on all the way. Yeah, all the weather's coming from right there. I'm still showing only 4 miles per hour, but now it's out of the north, which it probably isn't. It's just a little bit of air coming down this mountain.
Valdez traffic, 5 Victor Charlie, down to clear 6.
$500.
No bears on Bear Alley. Okay. There's the wind coming out of the south out here, 12 knots, or 12 miles per hour. Little turbulence over here. The color of the water out here, incredible. Wow, Shoup Glacier is just collapsing at the face. It's so cold out here, I'm going to turn on the aux heat too, as though I have a back passenger. Nice air, hot air comes out right behind me. Make sure these are all closed. Yep. Oh, let's see how this ice cave is. That looks, yeah, I can get in there now. I couldn't before. Huh.
$500.
Wow. So this lake that drained out is filled with icebergs. Oh my gosh, it's just beautiful. Let's go take a closer look. Wow. Wow, the face is actually quite short right now. Not very tall. Quite thin. Hello, mountain goat. My God, the colors in this valley are just so beautiful. All the fresh snow up top. Wind is coming down this valley and it's a cirque, so I'm going to make sure I don't get too far in there without being able to turn around. So I'm hugging this far right side. Yep, I'll give myself a little extra oomph. Being cognizant that I am turning downwind, but I've got lowering terrain, so I can lower the nose if I need to, but doing 100 knots right now, I have plenty of energy. I'll use that wind coming downhill to climb up this terrain pretty easily. I'll get a few little bumps on the other side of it. And all lowering terrain in front of me. Oh, that's a cool looking ice cave. It's got a hole coming down the top. Oh, so it's maybe it's just like an arch. My gosh, look at these mountains. How beautiful. Might be a little mountain goat right there. No, that's a white rock. Okay. Pull that RPM back so maybe I'll be a little quieter. I can sneak up on the mountain goats and not startle them. I don't like to affect any animal. Definitely don't like to see them run. All right, where is my temperature? Okay, about icing, I know I'm about pretty close to the icing levels. 37 degrees. Why am I in Fahrenheit? That's a Mike thing. Mike likes to be in Fahrenheit. I like to be in Celsius. Look at these beautiful clouds. And you can't even call them clouds, just this beautiful little wispy fog layer. I'll fly right over it. Like magic, fairy tale land. This is Uno Creek in front of me. One of my buddies crashed an airplane here. We pulled it out with the helicopter. Switch fuel tanks. I have a 30-minute audio reminder to check fuel because when I'm transferring fuel, I'll turn it on to left tank only, transfer fuel from the belly pod up to the left tank. And then if I just continue to fly and forget, then I end up with an imbalance of weight in the wing. So I just keep an always reminder to check fuel every 30 minutes. A little bit slower of a climb, gotta remind myself. Wow. This is where we landed the helicopter the other day, right above this waterfall. Had a black bear trying to sneak up on us when we left. And this is where my buddy crashed his plane, but I bet I can land in there once I can learn how to land. Old mine down there. Oh, there's a black bear. Hey, bud. This is where I call Bear Alley because this time of year you can typically spot quite a few bears out here. They climb up above the alder line to feed on the berries. .38 degrees. A little bit of precipitation. I always check temperature, make sure I'm not potential for icing. Lots of mountain goats over here. Need to start flying with gloves. It's cold up against this window, and I like to keep my hand by the throttle when I'm maneuvering in mountainous terrain like this.
Temperature 07 Celsius. Dew point 06 Celsius. Altimeter 2937.
Pressure's dropping.
Valdez Airport. Automated weather observation 0005 Zulu. Wind calm. Visibility
The calm before the storm.
10. Light rain. Sky condition few 1,100. Broken 4,900. Overcast 6,000. Temperature 07 Celsius. Dew point 06 Celsius. Altimeter 293.
The calm before the storm. There's a massive low coming in. I think it's right over the Aleutian chain right now. Coming this way quickly with very tight isobars. Going to bring very, very strong winds. We're usually fairly protected here in Prince William Sound, all the way up in Valdez, but it's looking like we're going to get a bit of a storm here. So up here I am showing 14 knots out of the east, northeast. So a little bit of a wind shear, but it's not much. Let's see what the windsock shows here. Oh, that's showing out of the west. All right. Valdez traffic, Cub 5 Romeo Bravo, entering a left downwind for 24 gravel. All right, 1, 2, 3. I don't like the precip on the window. See how far I am from the taxiway. Okay, I'm going to fly down to the other one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7. clean it up. Yeah, I'm quite blind with any precipitation on the window, so that was helpful to look out the side and practice that a couple times. Okay, hug this taxiway light. Juno Radio, Cub, November 95, Romeo Bravo, 122.2, Valdez, down and clear if you can close me out.
November 95, Romeo Bravo, Juno Radio, flight plan closed, Valdez, thanks.
5 Romeo Bravo, thank you. Okay, 2, 3.